Hi, this is Stuart from the Norfolk Honey Company. We're just at our apiary by the fishing lakes today, and I thought it would be quite an opportune moment to do another inspection on camera. So we'll crack into this one and see how we get on. We'll take the super off and just drop it down there. Queen excluder. Just have a quick look for the queen. I don't see her there, so that's good. We'll pop that in front of the hive just in case she happens to be there. So these bees, I'm tempting fate now, but these bees have always been fairly quiet. So we'll see how they respond today. Gently with the first frame, we don't want to roll any bees. And there's plenty of stores in that particular frame, and again I just pop that on the floor outside the front of the hive. Okay, so the first thing that we notice is we've got queen cells here, so we're going to go through and check for eggs. This one's a sealed queen cell, so before we do anything with the queen cells, we'll just have a good look through to make sure that the queen is present and that we can find eggs. And on this very next frame there are eggs. So I know that if we want to, we can either use that frame with the queen cell and make up a small nuke, or we can destroy the queen cell because we've got eggs in the colony. So regardless of whether the queen is still present, we've got eggs that they can use to make a new virgin queen. Lots of sealed brood, and down this side we've got drone brood, and the rest is all worker brood, and again along what is in effect the top of the frame we've got some drone brood. But no more queen cells there. Yes there is. We've got one down this side, and that's also a sealed queen cell. So we've an opportunity now to make up maybe some nukes and produce some more queens. So now that those queen cells are capped, they've had as much food as they're likely to get. Again, we have queen cell on this frame, right at the bottom. And one at the side as well. So you really have to be very careful when you're looking through for queen cells, because they can be hidden in many different places. Again, another queen cell. The bees are fairly calm, so they all seem fairly happy with life at the moment. So either potentially may have swarmed, or we have a situation where they are about to swarm, and that's probably the the most likely. And there's the queen, so we know that they haven't swarmed. So what we'll do is we'll split this colony and we'll take the queen away and allow them to raise a new queen. Again, when you're putting the frames in, just be cautious that you're not squashing bees. Just use a little bit of smoke just to clear the bees away. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pause for a moment, pause the video, just go and get some more equipment, and then we'll resume once I've got the equipment ready. Okay, so what we're going to do is create two frame nukes from this particular colony. So step number one is to remove this hive to a different position in the apiary, and then we'll put two nuke boxes in its place so that all the flying bees come back to this position, and will hopefully disperse themselves between the two nuke boxes. Okay, so what we've done is we've moved the original colony with the queen cells and the queen away from the original position. We would normally set this up in front of the original position, but we're surrounded by brambles here, so we've moved the hive away first. We've got two nuke boxes here with single openings, single entrances, and we'll just take the roofs off. As you can see, they have different colours, so the bees can identify the nuke box that they are going to, and that becomes more important from a drifting perspective later on. And we'll just take some frames, a couple of frames out of each. In fact, this frame, this nuke will only take one out of, because there are only 4 frames in it. So we'll take that out. And now what we'll do is we'll go to the original hive and we'll find suitable queen cells, and then we'll bring those back and place them into the nukes. Okay, so we've 2 frames in each of the nukes now, one of those frames containing a sealed queen cell. So we know that these bees are queenless, but they have queen cell. The frames also have a large amount of capped brood, so that will emerge over the next few weeks and bolster the colonies in terms of numbers of workers. And so all that remains now is to close up the nuke boxes and then go over to the original colony and replace the frames that we put in there, ideally with some drawn comb, but if you haven't got drawn comb, then foundation. And if you want to read about this process, there's a fantastic website which is the Dave Cushman website, and you will find this method in far more detail, written up by a gent called Roger Patterson, and we've used this method from that website successfully for several seasons now, and it's a great way to increase the number of colonies or to produce queens ready to use in colonies where maybe you want to replace an older queen. So I'll just go ahead and close these up. They've got plenty of food, the weather's set fair, and just locally we've got plenty of forage for them, so they won't need feeding, and they should draw those frames, so they've got 3 frames each, and they'll draw those over a period, and then hopefully we can get them into full-size hives, and that will give us 2 new colonies. So I'll just pop the prime boards on and the roofs. Again, nice and gently so you don't crush any bees. And there we are. So again, we'll follow these colonies We'll do some regular videos with them. If you find that the bees are tending to go maybe to the blue nuke rather than the lime green nuke, you can swap the nukes around and encourage the bees to balance themselves out. But we'll have another look at these perhaps in 15 minutes, 20 minutes time, and just see how they're doing. But they look as if they're going into both nukes, so we should be okay. I hope you've found that of interest. Please like the video if so, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch up with these nukes at some point over the next few weeks and see how they're progressing. Thanks for watching.